Larceny Barrel Proof C923. This was Fred Minnick's #2 whiskey from 2023. Does it live up to that hype, or is it just another Larceny Barrel Proof, which is always pretty good, but not amazing? Stay tuned for the review. We'll let you know.
Welcome back to Exploring Whiskey. Today's episode, we are doing the most recent release of the Larceny Barrel Proof.
Actually, they did release another one.
They already released A1.
They already released, sir.
This is the last release from 2023.
Gotcha.
Yes.
This is C923 of the Larceny Barrel Proof. I know we've done some Larceny at some point. I know that, but the Barrel Proof has occasionally won awards here and there. It is batchy. The very last one of 2022 was supposed to be great. First one of 2023 apparently did not compare well. The middle one, the B5 for 2023, was apparently great. And people were like, all right, is this going to be even better? Or everything I've basically read is kind of parallel with the middle one.
Yeah.
But
they're
batchy.
Craig's. They're batchy. Usually
They're
it seems
batchy.
like A's are the worst. And
A's
C's
tend
are
to be the
best.
worst.
Mm-hmm.
B and C tend to be better. Let's see. But I will say, this has got to be in the running for best value for proof whiskey.
Yep.
You know, like an Old Ezra is probably in there. A Wild Turkey, the Rare Breed is probably in there. But this
$70.
Yeah, for the price, very solid.
And it's what?
Who's that guy? We ran into the guy at
6-year-old?
Total Wine. It's like every time it comes out, I buy it up.
Yep, just buy it. So this one is 126.4 proof. It's pretty healthy.
I used to buy this by the handle. Not obviously not the barrel proof, but the rare, but yeah.
Yeah. It's.
And the other interesting part,
dark.
I mean, wheated bourbon.
Yeah. It's a weeder. We were talking before this. You can make the poor man pappy.
Yep.
Yeah, but there's only, 2 barrel proof wheated bourbons? Maker's Mark does their like private select barrels or whatever, but even
Foolproof?
Yeah, that's foolproof. That's not barrel proof.
Yeah.
So they proof it back down to 114.
Yeah, they water it down. Or yeah.
Right. They bring it back down to 114. So this Maker's, that's it. Even Green River, I don't think Green River's done a barrel proof version of their wheated yet.
No.
So
I don't even like their weeder.
So
it's a little funky.
Minnick. Yeah. Said
Fred
number
Minnick.
2.
Yeah.
Number 2 whiskey of the year. Now this guy.
Of the C9, not the B5.
I like the nose.
Do you remember
just
that?
A quick sniff.
It was definitely the C9.
C9. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I normally used to get just raw peanuts on the Larceny Barrel Proof on the nose, and you get it, but it's not a primary note. I don't know. It's not.
Well, right now I'm getting a little bit.
Yeah, it's a lot of ethanol.
Little low 26.
There's a little bit of ethanol coming off of this guy, but there's a.
But that first, I got a little bit of sweet, very sweet. When you first stick your nose in there.
Sweet, and there's like a softer.
It's like a brittle. It's like this caramely, Heath Barry, peanutty brittle.
See, now I get peanuts. Damn it.
A little bit of cocoa.
I don't get exactly peanuts.
I do.
I get almost maybe like a
freaking
cashew brittle or something like that, like a little bit more buttery than a peanut note.
Damn, but that ethanol. Whew.
Yeah, the ethanol comes off really. Yeah, let's go in for a taste. Every time on the palate.
The palate and wait
Cinnamon?
for the finish.
Do you catch that cinnamon?
Yep.
But I get cocoa, I get chocolate, I get this, and it just keeps
Oh, but that's
going.
later.
And it rides.
To me, the beginning and mid palate are very much the wheat forward, that cinnamon note. And I don't know why, but for some reason, wheat whiskeys, I get a cinnamon note. But man, does that change as it's going towards that finish?
There's a lot going on in that finish.
Yeah,
that's
changes.
a ride.
I get a little bit of a burn.
Yeah.
Burn or warmth?
Initially burn. Now it's turned to warmth.
All right. There's a touch of a warmth, but it's not like a full hug, if that makes any amount of sense. But that cinnamon turns more into like a brown sugar.
Yeah. Cinnamon roll, burnt cinnamon roll, sugar, chocolate, cocoa. It just keeps going.
Chocolate. Not quite. I feel like I get where you're going, but I don't quite get it.
So now I go back to the nose after having a healthy sip. It's just flat.
Well, the ethanol's gone. So as soon as you take the sip and that retronasal thing happens, the ethanol is not there. It's not complex on the nose.
No.
There's some brown sugar and there's some cinnamon. Maybe a touch of vanilla. I still don't get it. I'm not your chocolate.
I almost get the cinnamon sugar like when you're a kid and you made like you put on your toast.
It's just like, boom, there's some cinnamon and it's just an explosion of sweetness afterwards, sugar.
It's that homemade cinnamon toast crunch. Oh, I'm gonna hold hands with you real quick.
Thank you so much for bringing it back.
You do get like
cinnamon
some cocoa
sugar
on the end though, like some light cocoa on the finish.
Cocoa.
It's like
cocoa.
Carnation. You open the pack and just get that.
I know the smell.
You inhale that powder dust. It's not like Hershey bar chocolate, but it's like this.
No, now I just got like this little tingly burning sensation, and I get more brown sugar.
Tingle. Really nice. I mean, it's a nice tingle. It's not a bad tingle. It's a good tingle.
It is.
But the brown sugar is just, that's what's sitting there.
Man, I'm so glad.
Apparently I'm pouring light. I don't know. Anyway, but like that first initial like touch of the tongue and the very beginning of the palate it's like a cinnamon, just like pop in the very beginning. And then it kind of just sweetens up. The cinnamon kind of comes down. And it goes more towards that brown sugar. And I never get to the cocoa. I'm missing your cocoa.
But what do you think compared to? I know we haven't reviewed it, but the Elijah Craig C923. It's good. The C923 is good, but this evolves and it changes, and there's a lot more going on. It's not this normal nuttiness that's.
I will say for Elijah Craig, I think their B was the one that first came out after they dropped the 12.
That was 14 year.
No, when they dropped the 12. So they went under. It was 11 and a half.
Oh, okay.
Was the very first thing that they released when they dropped the 12-year-old age statement. And that was awesome. Then the C release for Elijah Craig, they went real old. And I don't think it played as well, but they could put that the age was 14.3 or something like that.
It's kind of messed up how they're playing with our emotions.
Playing with my emotions.
Quit toying with my emotions.
We're going to do 9 year. Then we're going to do a 14 year.
Big worm.
Shoot. This is 6 year, right? 6 to 8 year.
Yeah, they don't. It's not age stated, but it's in the ballpark, right? I think
it's on the back. It says 6 to 8.
It just says 6 to 8. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think they specifically.
Well, and trying to get stuff out, like I wouldn't put an age statement. I would just say here's the range.
Yeah.
Because you're pulling stuff.
And
you try to keep up with demand.
Yeah.
And bringing in people that are great at blending.
Mm-hmm.
You bring in someone that like boop boop boop. Try this.
That got more brown sugar. I mean, the ethanol is kind of kicking off right now with the
I was
water,
gonna say,
but that is just brown sugar.
Yeah.
It lost everything else. It's just like, woo, proof and brown sugar.
It's got some good wood. It's got some sweet wood going on.
So cinnamon's there, but not as aggressive. Ooh, but it lingers longer. Well, that's interesting. Woodiness at the end. That's coming through a lot more. Still don't get your chocolate. That's what I was I'm like, oh, maybe the chocolate will pop.
It's just more ethanol.
It's not here. Yeah, the chocolate's gone now.
Chocolate's not there.
It's more of like a cinnamon
oak wood.
French toast or like you're like what you said it with.
Holy cow! My mouth is like my tongue is like tingly, burny. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Neat. I prefer without the water.
Yeah, I'm gonna say neat.
So.
I'm gonna say neat myself.
I think so too. I was just hoping the water was gonna bring that chocolate note out because I think the cinnamon and then the brown sugar and then a little chocolate note. That'd be great, but
it got smashed with the water.
Yep. I'm not getting that.
But it's weird how the ethanol.
Strong.
I was just gonna say it's weird how water just made it.
I'm telling you, one of these days we gotta find a friend of ours that has a chemistry background. Just how much just 2 drops of water changes it, and in some cases completely changes it.
All right.
Yeah, I mean.
Solid juice.
Yeah.
But no water. No water.
I think the water muted too many other good things out.
I think so too. Yeah. This is a neat pour. It would demolish cocktails, but I'm not doing it for. Well, this was $70, but you got to find it.
You gotta find it for it. $70 bucks.
And it depends. I was gonna say.
Because when we saw it, it was 100. Total wine over 100.
Down in Georgia, that and Elijah Craig Barrel Proof all over the place for MSRP. Don't know why, but it is. So.
No, here it was $100.
Here, it's ridiculous.
$100.
So. I think it's really good whiskey. Now you have me interested. I need to go back and try to sample the Elijah Craig C9 and see if.
That's a blind, boys. That's a blind.
That is not blind.
No, but
they are going to taste very, very different.
Even your other three.
Let's not. I mean,
A, B, C, and
they
D.
taste very different.
We got to do it with a blind with, like you said, like do a C920.
Others.
Or a couple others. Just in the mix.
Yeah, other Larcenys. Yeah.
Just to see what we like the best. Good pour.
I've never had a bad pour of Larceny.
No.
Never.
It's always solid,
even when
solid
they
whiskey.
first came out, I loved the original or the regular
Small
go-to. Yeah, love it. Handful of barrel pours I've had.
Always good.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Fantastic. Can't go wrong if you can get it like you did at MSRP.
Yeah. Go for it. Pull the trigger.
Yeah, you absolutely pull the trigger. Hope you enjoyed the review. We'd love some feedback of some of your reviews of the different barrel proofs. Drop us a note. What's been your favorite?
Yeah.
Or least favorite? Either way.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Like it, didn't like it. If you did, why? If you didn't, maybe say. Yeah.
And maybe wheat bourbon, maybe that's not your thing.
Right.
Maybe there's some people don't like that little bit of cinnamon that comes off of that. Some people do.
Absolutely.
So, and then right up here we're gonna link. We'll link the last time we did a Larceny review.
Mm-hmm.
I know we've done it. I think it's been 2 years more. I don't even know. It's been a while. So I buy them, but we never review them. So we
enjoy them.
Yeah, we crack them up to drink. We just don't refuel. There's a difference. So anyway.
All right. Well, we hope you enjoyed Hope you enjoyed the review as always. If you did, love to support the channel. Encourage you to hit that like button at the bottom of the screen.
We will see you on the next episode.
Cheers.
Cheers.